I want to talk a little bit about Ron Paul, a little bit about the way Republicans view our country and their place in the world and their responsibility and their elitism. Let's listen, please, to this is clip 4. This is Ron Paul talking about al-Qaeda.
The purpose of al-Qaeda was to attack us, invite us over there where they can target us, and they have been doing it. They have more attacks against us and the American interest per month than occurred in all the years before 9/11. But we're there, occupying their land, and if we think that we can do that and not have retaliation, we're kidding ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves. What would we do if another country, say China, did to us what we do to all those countries over there? So,
you know, when you hear Ron Paul, sometimes it's like, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm going to read more about this guy. I want to support Ron Paul. And then you read about other things he says, and you hear him on healthcare, and you hear him on Israel, and you hear him in other ways talking about issues that affect us every day, and you say you want to stay away from him. But, you know, he is deviating, and he got applause for it, from a sort of a Republican maxim there in saying that somehow al-Qaeda is, you know, that our being there is inciting more. Whereas you would think that 4 years ago, when George Bush and John McCain were talking about the furtherance of presence and staying over there and increasing our presence and surging. Remember surges? Remember we had a surge, and the surge saved the world? Remember the surge in Iraq, how, Iraq is just going to be this democracy because George Bush finally got it and we had the surge, and look how great things are going. You know, it's interesting to see this at play now in front of Republicans. What do they want? It is impossible to see moment to moment what makes Republicans tick, what they're looking for in a candidate, and what the right thing to say is at a Republican debate. The only sympathy I have for these people running for the Republican nomination is I don't know what the people in the audience want to hear. Let's listen now to our old friend Rick Santorum talk with Ron Paul. This is clip number 5.
And we were not attacked because of our actions. We were attacked, as Newt talked about, because we have a civilization that is antithetical to the civilization of the jihadists. And they want to kill us because of who we are and what we stand for. And we stand for American exceptionalism. We stand for freedom and opportunity for everybody around the world. And I am not ashamed to do that.
30 seconds, Mr. Paul.
as long as this country follows that idea, we're going to be under a lot of danger. This whole idea that the whole Muslim world is responsible for this and they're attacking us because we're free and prosperous, that is just not true. Osama bin Laden and al-Qaeda have been explicit. They have been explicit, and they wrote and said that we attacked America because you had bases on our Holy Land in Saudi Arabia. You do not give Palestinians a fair treatment, and you have been bombing. I didn't say that. I'm trying to get you to understand what the motive was.
Yeah, I mean, they're booing and applauding. It's just confusing what they want to hear. You know, I love how Rick Santorum talks about American exceptionalism and our freedoms. Our freedoms if you are white, insured, and straight. According to Rick Santorum. That's what I'm able to infer from the way he has lived his legislative life and his rhetorical life and the way he is running for president. That is what I am able to glean from everything Rick Santorum says. So it's not about our freedoms. It's about how he perceives our freedoms to be, the idealistic way. But the fact of the matter is that these were 19 rogues who perpetrated a horrendous act on America. They were governed and led by some crazier people with money and power and persuasion, and there was a network of them. And it wasn't because of our way of life. It was because of our presence over there, and it wasn't entirely because of we enjoy a freedom over here, and it was not entirely over envy. There is nuance here. It is not everybody who is Islamic either.